Hey Hofstra fans, it's time once again for the WV Masons Coaches Report. I'm Rob Joyce, joined as always by the head coach of the CAA champion Hofstra volleyball team, Kristina Hernandez. Coach, how are you?
I'm great.
Now, I'd imagine you would be. You're winning on Friday against William & Mary in 3 sets, then taking down the top 2 seeds, Towson and Delaware, to win the CAA title. Has it hit you yet that you're champions?
It's kind of going in and out right now. I kind of have to remind myself what happened. It's kind of just soaking in right now. Still trying to get used to it.
Now, you won your last 4 regular season matches, then you sweep William & Mary on Friday. Could you get the sense that something special was starting to brew after Friday?
I think they kind of turned the corner a little bit when they realized that we were kind of possibly going to be out of it. And I don't know what switched on for them. I asked them to kind of make a decision about what they wanted to do, and they responded, and we've been perfect ever since, in the sense that we've kind of gone on a different streak now. But it's been great to see, and it's been exciting to watch, and we've had to push them a lot, but I think instead of giving up, they kind of rose to the challenge and decided to do something different this year.
Then after Friday's win, you faced the host school Towson, unbeaten in the CAA, losing 6 sets all year in conference play. What was your mindset going in?
I felt good about I think we had a really solid game plan with what we wanted to do, and really just put some pressure on them with our serving. It's been our strength all year, and we knew that we could keep them out of system because they're a very fast offensive team, and we wanted to make sure that we put some pressure on them. But the whole game in general was just a little bizarre. The first set was just, we were really shaky, and then we came back, and we served really aggressively, and it's like 25-7, and then they turned over and did the same exact thing to us, and 25-6, and at no point did either one of these teams just kind of go, we could have given up after the 25-6, and equally as them as the 25-7, and then that 4th set was just really competitive as well as the 5th, but I don't think I could have predicted anything going on in that match. But in the 5th set, when we got to the end there, and it got to be really kind of crucial points, we kind of just shifted gears, and you could kind of just see the energy on the court, and Kelsey took over almost essentially in that match, and you just kind of saw them just kind of dig in a little bit deeper, and I think that's why we kind of pulled it out there.
Now in that 5th set, when the team switched sides, you could see Towson's coach kind of pulling out game plans, drawing up plays. You seem like you let the team kind of just sit out there on their own. Why did you choose that?
Our philosophy is always, especially with this, everything that we've done in practice should prepare them for what they're going to do now. And I think letting them be a little bit more flexible and making their own decisions with what they want to do and how they want to create points has been really kind of a key for us this year. It kind of lets them play a little bit looser and a little bit more free and be really creative and take more risks, and that's something that we really wanted to do, rather than us telling them some spot to hit. And we just want them to be players, and so yeah, we took some timeouts here and there, but really just to kind of calm them down and let them take some deep breaths and reset. And at the end of the day, the setters made the decisions and made some points.
And Towson, one of the better offensive teams in the conference, he held them 100 points below their typical hitting percentage. Talk about the defense's play.
It was really our serving. That's probably one of the most aggressive matches I've ever seen us. We had a lot of bases in that match, but we really just kept their setter completely off the net and out of system most of the time, and it really took their 2 middles out, which was going to be really important for us, because they're 2 very strong players in the conference, and we didn't really want to let them get in the match. And the team did a really good job of sticking to that the entire game.
And then on Sunday, a similar situation against Delaware. You dropped the 3rd set. Delaware wins it fairly convincingly, 25-12. Were you surprised at how your team handled the adversity back-to-back days?
I was really proud of it. Even after we won the 2nd set, I think 25-16, they were still a little tense. I don't think there was a sense of relief yet from them that we were playing well. And then 3rd set, again, we were pretty shaky. And in the 4th set, I just kind of told them, that we just can't be happy to be here. We've got to compete and really just kind of grind it out a little bit more. And they, we were down a little bit in that 4th set, I think 20-17. And we took a timeout, let them get back to it, and we went on a little serving string there. And once they finally got the momentum going in the 4th set, you just kind of saw the dynamics shift a little bit, and we had all this great new energy. And I think from that point on, they knew that they could, just finish it out and get it done.
Now, playing all these 5-set matches in the regular season, you had 7 of them. Did that help at all, or is it the point where CAA tournament at this point you're just kind of riding your own momentum?
I'm sure it's helped. We've been practicing fifth game scenarios a lot during practice, really just kind of finishing those last 5 points and trying to make more productive points and not unforced errors, like hitting out or swinging in the net or serving errors and things like that. So that's been something that was towards the second part of the conference season was really important for us and something that we really kind of focused on during practice. And they were definitely more comfortable at the end of the fifth set than we've seen them before. But again, I think they just kind of shifted into gears a little bit and really kind of went to attack mode a little bit and just finished the match. I mean, Sarah took 2 really big swings at the end of the game for us, and she did something that I'd been asking her virtually the entire match to do. I was like, you need to hit cross, you needed to cross, and the last 2 points, that's what she hit, and I was like, all right, well, that works.
And Kelsey Wells, tournament's most outstanding player, you mentioned she kind of took over in the Towson match. Was this kind of the weekend where it all came together after she's had a wonderful season?
Kelsey's a kind of a silent competitor. She really just wants to win, and she wants to do it for everybody, not just kind of for herself. But you could really just see her in the Towson and the Delaware match when we really needed to close out sets. She was asking for the ball. She was putting pressure on people, and that's not something that we see from her very often. But she came out when the most important time when we needed it to.
How important is this to the seniors who went through the struggles a couple of years ago to now be CAA champions?
It was really emotional for them. Kylie especially. She was kind of overwhelmed, and we won the semis match, and we got in the huddle, and she was just like, she was really emotional, but she was just, she was like, I never thought that this was going to happen. This has never happened before. I've never been part of something like this. So I think it was all overwhelming, and it's great. I think our team was really, before we got to that championship match, they really wanted to kind of do this great game for the seniors and what they've had to endure to be here, as we've obviously had some rough years, but I think it's a testament that they've stuck with it and really just committed themselves this year to doing what we needed to do, and it paid off.
Now, you don't know where you're going quite yet. You learned that on Sunday, but how do you keep the emotions in check, saying that now you're not content with just going to the NCAA tournament?
We've got to get back to practice. We're practicing today, but I think we need to let it sit a little bit. We need to enjoy it, but we've got 2 weeks here a week before we find out who we play, 2 weeks before we get to play again. So I think we'll have plenty of time to get our feet back on the ground before that.
How excited are they for Sunday?
Very excited. I think they want to keep trying to make themselves part of the program and have their own stamp in the history of the program. I think that's been really important for them this year, and they're excited about continuing.
And with no opponent to game plan for, what are you working on practice?
Really just, making sure that we're consistent and, again, dealing with pressure. I think that's been big for us, and just making sure that we're getting reps and staying in the gym and really taking care of ourselves for the next 2 weeks.
All right, Head Coach Kristina Hernandez, thanks as always for the time.
Thank you.
Hofstra Volleyball finds out where they go Sunday at 4 o'clock. You can check out GoHofstra.com for all game schedule and information. I'm Rob Joyce, and thanks Hofstra fans for checking out the WB Mason's Coaches Report with Kristina Hernandez.